Fearless Pioneer.
Yo, what's going on guys? EJ here, bringing another Lord of the Rings Rise to War video. Today guys, we're going to be talking and doing something a little bit different. We're actually going to be reviewing one of my teammates' commanders here, Dwalin. He's been doing something quite very interesting, as you can see. So, first off, a huge shout out to CJ from EJ. He's come up with a very interesting concept here that I wanted to show you guys. It's, basically, he's been using eagles on Dwalin, and he's been getting some absolute insane results and stuff like that. We will start off now. Here's Dwalin here at the moment. As you can see, is at level 47. He has a couple of other ones with a bit lower, I think around level 46 in that. But you're going to see some really good quality PvP battle and results here. Yeah, really good. Like, I was really surprised when I actually stopped and had a look and looked at them really properly and stuff. So, yeah, we'll start off with, he is Respect level 19, guys. So that is pretty obtainable for a lot of people if you're far enough into the season. Like, for example, I've got him like R17, and I only started leveling him like a couple of seasons ago. I never really used to use him. But now, after I've seen how he's used now, as well as the new hiring system, which I'm going to talk more about in my next video, because I've got a big video coming up with all new updates and changes and a lot of things like that. So keep up to date on that one, guys. But yeah, we're going to start off with going on with his gear and then look at his skilling and stuff like that. His skilling will pretty much be the same as shown here, but there is a couple of little adjustments, as we'll see in a couple of other PvP battles. So first off, he's definitely got the Axe of Khazad-dûm here, which we know is very good, and he's got the cleave, so that it's the perfect combination there. Level 4 refine definitely helps. I still haven't been able to pull a cleave for myself. I really wish I could. He then has the Durance plate, which not only is really good with the bust for the dwarves, which he's not using at the moment, but he has tactical maneuvers here, which is very good with the damage reduction. He then has the Cask of Pride with melee suppression, and then he has the Ent Draft with Gift of Nature. So he's pretty much got all the perfect sub skills needed, and that's basically pretty much exactly how I gear my Dwalin. The only thing is, because I don't have a cleave axe here, I just use the hammer with follow-up, and that's about it. So with skilling, he's gone with Experienced Warrior completely maxed out, as well as Hunt Down and Collaboration, so it's all about that commander damage. He also has put a couple of points in here of Musician with a little bit of healing and stuff like that. He's then, of course, gone Durance Blood, Whirlwind, and All In for the more physical damage. And then he has put more points into Warrior of the Lonely Mountain, which reduces the amount of physical damage received, and then has some points in Longbeard. Now, we will see this change a few times during the PvP battle, so we'll have a look at the skilling as well. But the big thing is, of course, he's got these two, which we know they have their evade. So 100 of each of the tier 2 and tier 3 elven archers, but then he is using eagles, which is very interesting. Now, why are these working so good? It's because of their skills. The damage received from melee units is reduced by 60%, and a lot of evil, as well as there will be good and evil PvP battle results here, guys, will be reduced by 60%, and the damage received from ranged units will be increased. But you will notice a lot of people use a lot more melee. But even so, you will see really good results. And then the other skill is with speed. It increases the amount of damage they do. You can see that they're going to be outspeeding pretty much anything. They have really good HP and attack. And 59 defense is pretty decent as well. So yeah, let's go have a look at some of these PvP results and battles. And yeah, these aren't slouch battles. These are against some really good commanders. Even being like level 50s when he's at level 46 and 47 and that. So let's go check him out, shall we? So, where better to start off than with Khaldoon? We all know the evil side uses Khaldoon a lot, and he can be quite strong and very hard to beat. As you can see here, we have level 46 Dwalin against this level 50 Khaldoon. Does he outgear him? Of course, but as you can see, Khaldoon's gear is no slouch. It's quite nice. He is decently skilled, definitely not as high as Dwalin is. And he is running a pretty decent troop combination, which you'll pretty much see with the tier 4. He's even using the half trolls there. But as you can see, the results are absolutely crazy for a Khaldoon. Only 65,000 damage received with a full 294,000 damage done. We can have a look at the breakdowns, and of course we can see with the amount of damage that's received is going to be to the eagles. But then as you can see to the enemies, you can see an even amount of damage that's been done and dealt. If we go to the dealt, you can see that it was 241,000 damage just from the commander damage, which is really good. And then the rest of it was finished off by the eagles. So yeah, beating a Khaldoon of a decent caliber like that is pretty damn interesting and very amazing. But yeah, he definitely has better gear and stuff, but there is still a lot more to check out. So let's go check out another one. Next here, guys, we have against a Sauron level 50, and this guy is actually called Lord Sauron. So if we have a look at his gear, it's all max purple refined with some gold gear here, with which is really good. He has the resilience of evil men there. He's also running 2 tier 4 units and the evil halberdiers, or I usually call them the evil pikemen, and basically really good, pretty decently leveled Sauron here. And as you can see, absolute crazy results. We go down into the breakdowns. Dwalin only received 136,000, but he did over, wow, nearly 400,000 damage, guys, because Sauron did do some healing. If we go into the breakdowns, of course, it's just going to be the eagles and that again. They only received 130,000 damage, and this was really good because this Sauron had all melee units, so he had that 60% damage reduction, which really helped out a ton against him. Alright, so now this ain't an absolute crazy dominating one, but as you can see, this is a quite decent result against a sunind, who we know is very good. Of course, we know that we got the a blast or a bleast, however you want to pronounce it, and they've got their follow-up and everything as such. As you can see, this one is pretty much fully refined purple, and not the highest of skilling, but decent skilled as well. So if we go into the breakdown here, you can see still doing 300,000 damage to a sunind is particularly very nice. Did take a lot of damage there, but it just shows you the idea of how things work. In particularly as well, where the archers, which actually do really good against the eagles, it shows that you still can do quite well even though you're at a disadvantage. So that is still quite a very good result, to say the least. This next one I really like because Kirun is very, very good at, he's so strong for the evil side, like he's really hard to beat. Now this one is really good, as you can see, perfectly, like with nearly 400,000 HP. This is some really good results here. If you have a look, this is a quite very nice, a decent geared Kirun. He's trying to run the gigantic hammer. He's got the evil men, which we need, evil men, and then a box of knowledge. So he's definitely played some mixed chest openings before. His skilling is quite good. He's decent respect level, and the troops are perfect. But as you can see by the breakdown, this is really good, doing nearly 300,000 damage, and only receiving 178,000. Of course, the damage parameters are the same once again, but if we can see here, we're doing a lot of damage because this is the full melee build, and a lot of evil are using all these melee builds. So yeah, this is really good, as you can see so far. Next, we have him versus a good commander, and Hugo 13, who's another member of my fellowship in time. His King Aragorn is very strong. Like, this is a very decent, really good, respected, leveled King Aragorn, even with his R10 and Dural. very, very nicely built here. Very good. And as you can see, he got absolutely walloped by this Dwalin. Why? Because as you can see, it's an all melee build again. So good side do the same again. If we go into the breakdowns, you can see 184,000 to 357,000 damage. Of course, the damage parameters are the same there. And as you can see, we did a lot of damage here, like in particularly to the guardman and that, because these guys are going to have the highest defense. But yeah, he did a decent amount of commander damage as well, but compared to us of nearly 300,000 commander damage, as well as the Eagles finishing off that extra like 57,000 damage there. Next we have Dwalin going against level 47, and as you can see once again, at a level deficit once again against a level 50 Isildur. If we have a look at this geared Isildur, quite very nicely geared. As for the skilling, there was a little bit of a skilling here, so it was obviously built for evil build. So he could have had a couple of extra points in different places, but still with his gear and stuff like that, it's really good. But it's more built for evil and stuff like that. But the troop combination is really good, but still, basically, he even had a couple of archers here, but Dwalin absolutely just wrecked him with 166,000 damage received to 290,000, completely one-shotting this level 50 Isildur. Now, to finish off and wrap up today's video, guys, what better than to put Dwalin against Gimli? They both do the same, like, crazy amounts of commander damage, but as you can see here, Gimlis are always running their melee units, and the Eagles are coming really good clutch here, as we can see. Now, we're at a level of 3 level deficit once again. Now, this level 50 Gimli is quite nice, as you can see. A very decent respect leveled Gimli as such, and perfectly skilled and built there. The gearing is very nice as well. Even has a dread on there. That's a little bit interesting. He's got men, so a little bit of healing and such. He's using a perfect troop combination. I use the same. I probably would use a little bit more rams instead of using 6,000. I usually use around about 4,000 to 4,500. That's probably the only difference that I would have did there. But as you can see, with the level difference in that, out damaged with, yeah, like crazy, like 283,000 damage. Of course, that's going to be normal because you can see that the commander damage done was 241,000, but we outbeat him here with 300,000 commander damage, and even a tiny bit more soldier damage. Now, another thing that can come into, which really helps, because these Eagles are going to outspeed everyone, so you're basically got initiative. You're going to be hitting first, so that's another thing which is really good. But yeah, you can see the breakdown with the damage and stuff like that. He did do 241,000, which we just talked about, but as you can see, all that damage was done on these guys. It was like a brick wall, but we smashed that brick wall down. So yeah, guys, not only is Dwalin a fantastic commander, but with this build, with the Eagles, you are going to do absolutely amazing, and you are going to be destroying and dominating. Like, he's doing absolutely fantastic. Just seeing this as well gives me a lot of ideas as well. Like, with next season, I'm going King of Men, and it's going to be like a non-roleplay kind of style, which we know. So it could be interesting to see other kinds of stacks. Maybe Dwalin with trolls, who knows? Something very interesting and different. Definitely going to be getting a lot of mixed content next season, without a doubt. But yeah, a huge shout out again to CJ for letting me showcase his Dwalin in this build and that. He always shares reports and that with me and that. And I thought it was very intriguing with some amazing results. So yeah, I wanted to showcase it and show you guys and everything. And maybe it will inspire you guys to start putting some Eagles on your Dwalin. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap up the video there. I got a big update video coming with a whole lot of changes and things that you may or may have not seen. Some really good things, including a lot of big changes to King of Men and stuff like that as well, if you plan on playing King of Men next season. But yeah, we're going to wrap up the video there, guys. So until next time, peace out, EJ's out, and I'll catch you guys later. See yas. Thousands of
of the EJU army. Yeah, you guys are legends to me, so let's keep up this grind. I'll never give up, just like this rhyme.